Hello guys, welcome to Auto Garage. Today, I have a new video series. In this series, Cone Chats, I'll be discussing interesting or controversial car topics. In today's episode, I'll be talking about the rise of Korean cars and how they're increasing in quality and respect, just as Japanese cars have done since the 60s. If you enjoy the series, please let me know by liking the video and subscribing. Enjoy. About 40% of all car sales in the US come from Japanese car companies. Japanese cars and manufacturers are well respected, but it was not always like that. Japanese cars were not sold in the US until nearly the 60s, with Toyota establishing its first dealership in a former Rambler dealership in Hollywood, California. Sales began in 1958, selling mostly Toyota Crown sedans and only one Land Cruiser. Honda was soon to follow with the N600 in 1969. That was basically a smaller Civic. These Japanese cars were thought to be cheap, yet fuel-efficient and reliable. They were quickly taken into popularity by young people who just wanted a good A to B car that did not guzzle gas like most American cars at the time. They started off as cheap, fuel-efficient cars and not much else. Except for their young buyers, they did not have much respect in the US. This is not the same story nowadays. Although they still sell many cheap and fuel economy-oriented cars, they also prove they can make and sell sports cars like the GTR and NSX, but also luxury cars like the Lexus LS500 and the mighty Infiniti QX80. They are well respected, and my personal car is also Japanese, and I love it. My point with all this is, Korean cars entered the US relatively recently. Hyundai was the first in 1986 with a single model, the Hyundai Excel, which is to say politely, not the finest automobile. Kia soon followed in 1994, selling cars like the Spectra. These cars were seen as cheap and nothing more. These Korean cars quickly became more popular, however, and today, Kia sells more than 3 million cars a year. These Korean brands still don't seem to have as much respect or pride as their Japanese counterparts, but I think that will soon change, especially with the younger generation. Recently, Hyundai and Kia have both stepped up their game from cheap cars. Hyundai, in 2015, launched a luxury brand named Genesis, and even make a sports car named the Genesis, not to be confused with their brand, it's still a Hyundai. They even have a hot hatch named the Veloster, which is a catch with enthusiasts. Kia has made a luxury sports sedan named the Stinger, and a fabulous luxury car named the K900, which almost rivals the S-Class. Hyundai and Kia are quickly becoming more respected and improving in quality and variety, just like the Japanese cars have done in the US since the 60s. A lot of people just see a Kia or Hyundai badge and assume it's a cheap economy car, but it is possible they are wrong and would be gapped at a stoplight by perhaps a Kia Stinger. My mom started to look into getting a Kia Sorento as her next car from her 2007 Honda Odyssey, and I did some research about it to help her, and I realized it was not a bad car. In fact, it was quite nice on the interior, and it was safer than I had thought. Then I saw the Kia Stinger videos online and saw people praising how good of a car it was, and you can even get it with twin turbos going to either the rear wheels or all four. A sports sedan is definitely not a step in the wrong direction, especially if the Stinger seems to have the price tag thousands of dollars less than a BMW 5 Series, and it is just as good, if not better. Then I rode my friend's dad's new Genesis G80, and that is when I finally realized I was wrong about Korean cars. The Koreans have proved themselves that they can make not only cheap econo cars, but also sports and luxury cars that are safe and reliable, and they are also great for families or car enthusiasts alike. They are making astounding progress in the US market and only continuing to grow. That is pretty much all of my thoughts on this topic. Let me know if you think that I am right or if I'm an idiot in the comments, and also let me know if you think you'll enjoy this series. My name is Michael, and thank you so much for watching.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right.